Hey guys, NJ here. Just a quick one today. We're looking at the 2.5 inch upgrade kit for the Emax BabyHawk R 2 inch. Now, I did a review on this guy. It's quite a while ago now. Thought it was a great quad, did really well, performed well, and I think having been out there in the wild for a while and having so many people had it, there's been very little negativity around this quad. It is a solid 2-inch quadcopter. But one of the things I didn't like was I thought it was a little bit over-engineered, too many nuts, bolts and parts, I think, where a unibody would have kept the weight down, so I felt it would be a little bit heavy at the time. But of course Emax have balanced that out by doing something which at the time was unusual, which was to put 1106 motors in there, where most manufacturers were going for 1104, and that was, it's typical of Emax, they're generally trendsetters, not followers. And at the time, with the prop that they came up with to go with that, I was expecting this to be a bit sluggish in the air, and it wasn't. The power was fantastic, and it was a great choice of motor at Emax quality, which we know to be very good. And, you know, do they predict the future? I think they probably do, because they've got a great number of test pilots and end up making sure stuff is properly checked and tested thoroughly before it goes to market. You can now see that in fact the sweet spot for 2.5 inch quadcopters and even some 2-inch quadcopters is 1106. It's good in terms of weight and power and performance, so it made sense with so many people coming up with their own mods to turn this into a 2.5 that Emax eventually went, okay, let's make a 2.5 inch upgrade kit. So in terms of what you get in the kit, you get 2 sets of these arms. Now I'm not going to do a build video because quite frankly that will be insulting your intelligence. It is literally 3 screws for the front, 3 screws for the back. There is plenty of extra motor wire in there, so you won't be snagging anything trying to pull the motors out a little bit, and it is quite fractional over the 2-inch arms, just enough to be able to clear the chassis. So you get those 2 arms, and you also get these Emax Avant props. Now these are specifically designed for the 6000 kV motors that it will be working with. I think, although the temptation will be there probably to go with the Gemfan Flash 2.5s, which is fine, personally I would stick with what Emax go with. They're very good at doing this, putting the right kind of prop with their motor of their own design. They did a great job with this, and having flown this I can say they've done a great job with this as well. Normally with a 2.5 inch prop on 3S I'd want to be running around 5000 kV, on 4S around 4500 kV. So this being a 6000 kV motor, as we're doing a conversion kit job, they needed to get the 2.5 inch prop just right in terms of thrust so that it didn't over prop the motor, and so the efficiency was decent. And although these look quite radical, they're actually a pretty good design and they do a good job. If you fly it efficiently you'll get up to 4 minutes. If you have a load of fun doing freestyle stuff like I do, you'll get sort of around 3 minutes to 3 minutes 20, just depending on how you fly. So they've done a great job again. 15 bucks for the upgrade kit is a brilliant price, and in terms of how it flies, well, I'll show you the flight footage in a second, but everything was just that bit better by about, let's say, 20%. Certainly worth the 15 bucks of investment. Everything felt a bit more locked, there was a bit more pop there from the extra size of prop. Nothing came down too hot, the flight times were good, and it tuned up, you know, I was able to tune it and dial it a little bit more. Felt like a bigger quad still than it is. So yeah, you're turning a already great quad into an even better quad. So yeah, big recommendation for that. Links in the description. See you in the next one.